Noswaith, good evening. My name is Justin Hodge and you're tuned in to the MMA Wales Podcast. On today's episode we're joined by Pontarddulais' very own UFC Bantamweight fighter, Brett Pikey Johns. And we're also going to talk to James Wallis about the upcoming Adrenalin event on December 9th, which is this Saturday. I'm also joined by my co-host, Rhys Bell.
Alright.
Who's heavily involved with the production of here at MMA Wales as well. So Brett, thanks for coming on the show today.
No worries at all.
I really appreciate it. Not the first time we spoke, and obviously you've come on leaps and bounds since then, so it's great to have you back on. So do you want to just tell the guys quickly, like, how did your career in MMA begin, for anyone who doesn't know?
I started off doing judo at 4 years old. I was quite like a quiet kid, you know, in Pontarddulais. And my eventual stepfather was my sensei at the time, and he I did judo from the ages of 4 up till I was 16 and competed on multiple, like, Welsh level, British level. Never won the Welsh title, never won like a Welsh championship, never won a British championship, and the best result I ever got in judo was like a 5th in under 20s. So I did judo for 16 years, and then obviously the aspiration of trying to make the 2012 Olympics. When that came on the corner, it was an unrealistic goal, really, you know. And like I said, I went to Chris Rees Academy just to better my groundwork for judo, and that's where I saw the MMA, and that's where I did the switch over. And it was nice because obviously, like, you know, it wasn't a case of me spending all them years doing judo and then I was going to football. I was doing another sport. I could still use my judo, still train judo, and still, you know,
good base
and stuff. Yeah, it's a good base, you know. And the switch over went. I trained for 2 years before I had my first fight. Had 5 amateur fights in the space of 6 months, and then went pro. And then obviously the records which yourself, 15 fights later. Were you?
The slice is in.
The slicer.
A lot of people as well talk about like the Chris Rees Academy, like you just mentioned. How much of an influence have they been in the whole journey for you?
Well, yeah, obviously without CRA I wouldn't be where I am now, you know. It was the first team I've trained with, and I'm still with them now, you know. And I had a lot of questions of people springing up now about like things like, when you're going to do the switch over to America, when you're doing this, when you're that. If it's not broken, then why fix it? You know, things are working in camp at the minute. Let's keep the ball rolling, and when it's time to change up different things, I'm sure Chris will let me know, and then we'll go from there. But no, they've been a massive help, and not only through fighting, outside of fighting, they've helped me out a lot as well. And it's without them guys, I wouldn't be where I am, and it's an honour to train there and train with such high level guys. You know, realistically, they haven't fought at maybe super high level like things, other than Ashley Williams himself. He fought in EBI, but they're very good guys. You know, they're very good for the level they're at, and they're the guys who have got me where I am today.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron, it's a good team.
Iron sharpens iron, yeah.
So obviously you're talking a bit about the club and the fact you want to keep your training inside of Wales. How do you feel that the Welsh MMA scene is growing? Because obviously you're a massive success along with the other guys who have been signed by the UFC from Wales. Do you see a bright future ahead, or? Definitely
the last like 12 months, you know, since obviously me and Marshman fought in Belfast, you know, since then I've seen a big change, a massive change actually, you know. And obviously between us now, me and Jack, we've had 7 fights in the UFC in the space of 12 months, you know, together. Should have been 8 really, other than obviously the Edwards will pull out back in March. But you know, we're active fighters as well, and we're always on the scene. And we got up and comers coming through, and I'm not even on about like CRA. We have up and comers coming through the ranks who are professional, who are fighting at a high level on the regional circuits. People like the Jack Shaws, the Josh Reeds. You know, them 2 guys are doing really well. You know, unfortunately, Josh lost his last fight against Nathaniel Wood for a world title. It was a hell of a fight, and but you've got potential there to make it to the top, and I don't see it being too far away before we have another 2 Welsh fighters in the UFC. I think middle of next year maybe, I do, you know. And we're just waiting on that card really, the Welsh UFC card. But you know, we're struggling with the venue at the minute. We're in between like a middle ground.
Yeah, there's nowhere that fits the bill, is there?
No, you've got like obviously the 80,000 seater stadium in the Millennium Stadium, that's too big. And then you've got the motor point, which is too small. I think, I'm not sure how much the motor point.
I think they want
3,000.
they want 18,000 to put a fight night on.
Yeah, exactly.
18,000 capacity.
Liberty Stadium, is it?
Yeah.
Liberty Stadium.
Well,
No roof.
No roof. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. See,
Welsh
we
weather
have
plus
got,
roof.
yeah, we have got plenty of places we could do it.
Can't trust it anywhere.
But like, yeah,
No.
it's the weather and it's just a big thing. And you know, it's the scene is changing. I do see a show happening soon. Just need to find somewhere to put it. You know.
I think Cardiff are building somewhere that's going to wipe the CIA. What's it called, the CIA?
More point.
The motorpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going to be big enough? I think it is.
I'm not sure.
I think it's 15, so I think.
Oh, there we go. So that's
might
somewhere-
be possible. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
So that's more along the lines of what's needed for the Welsh MMA show. Like I said, you got like your Scottish fighters, you got your English fighters and your Irish fighters and your Northern Irish fighters who've all had UFC events other than Wales. And
The other problem we got is the airport.
yeah.
But I think that might change as well soon.
Yeah, it's little things like you know, people are like, oh, we should have a UFC event in Wales, but they're not thinking outside the box. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Obstacles.
Yeah,
I think Scotland though is like a lot like Wales, like in the way that they do things, and if they run a successful event up there, there's no reason that we can't do that down here as well.
yeah, it was
Scotland's brilliant.
Scotland was hell of a
It's
show.
fantastic.
Yeah, and the SSC Hydro is a fantastic venue.
It's awesome.
You know, I love fighting up there. You know, it was one of the favourite shows I ever walked. And when I walked out into there, the place was huge. You know, outside looks big, but when you're inside, it looks even bigger again. You know, but no, Scotland was good, and like you said, they got the right idea there. And we got the same amount of representatives of Scotland. You know, at the minute they got we got Paul Craig, Joanne Caldwell, Stevie Ray, and now Danny Henry. There's 4 guys there. We got 3 guys in the UFC already, and that's, you know, in the next spaces of the next couple of months it'll be 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think it's about time that the Wales starts thinking about putting an event on, but it's not going to happen overnight.
That's true. Well, congratulations as well, because obviously we've had some news yesterday. You know, 13th ranked Bantamweight, which is amazing. It was only a few weeks ago you were talking about fighting guys in the top 15, and now you're in the top 15 yourself. We're all over the moon for you in Wales. Like, we don't need to tell you that. But you've had 3 wins in the UFC now. I'm sure most people know about your Quan Ho Kwak, who you fought in Ireland, and then obviously your success in Scotland as well. But more recently, your success in Vegas. So do you want to tell us a bit about the experience of going to Las Vegas to compete?
Yeah, it was Vegas was a dream of mine. You know, one of my favourite boxers is Joe Calzaghe, and I try and copy the same sort of blueprint as him. You know, and he fought Bernard Hopkins in Las Vegas. He fought Roy Jones Jr. in Madison Square Garden. He fought Mikael Kessler in the Principality Stadium.
That's right, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you know, they're shows that I'd like to get on. So Vegas was a big thing. You know, it's the fight capital of the world. I wanted to go somewhere where it was out of my comfort zone. Because like, I'm a home bird, I don't like leaving home at all, and I wanted to be somewhere where I didn't want to go to Brazil for starters, only for the simple reason of the language barrier, and it's a lot more difficult to find things.
Death threats.
Death threats as well. and the crowd singing "You're gonna die" in Portuguese. That's off-putting. But honestly,
Say it back in Welsh.
yeah, Vegas is like obviously the fight capital of the world, and stuff to do. When I was out there, it was so easy to do different things, and everything was close, and obviously it's the bright lights of Vegas.
Yeah.
And I think it was about 3 or 4 times in total. Chris had to tell me off actually. It was 3 or 4 times in total. I was walking down the strip and I'd like look at the lights and I'd nearly cry. I'd be like, I'm actually fighting in Vegas. The reality hit me.
So people that don't know Brett, he does cry a lot.
Yeah, I do cry a lot.
He is fond of a cry.
I do cry a lot. And no, it was just a real experience. I think mentally it was the best I've ever been week out of a fight. I was left alone. Me and my brother were out there for 2 weeks before, and then the guys come out then, the corner come out, and I felt relaxed, I felt good. I'd train, I'd do my sessions, I'd go and have breakfast. It was nice as well going out there 2 weeks earlier, because the last week, the weight cut week, I stopped carbs, and usually a week out. They fly into the event, so obviously
Too far, isn't it?
we're on it's too far away. You know, I don't want to be a week out flying on a plane and then I get off the plane. I got weight cut straight away. It was nice to go out just over 2 weeks. It was nice to go out that early, go over the plane, and it was nice because I landed. I was like, right, oh wait, I can eat carbs for starters. You know what I mean? It wasn't a case of I didn't have to starve myself of carbs because I knew I was a week earlier than doing that point. So anywhere more than a couple of 1,000 miles away, I'm gonna probably go out there a bit earlier, and you know, because it's getting away from the family as well, because they can be a bit of not a burden, but like it can.
A bit of a pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, you know.
I guess they feel nervous for you, like going out there, so you're like feeding off their energy because they're like worried and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm a bit of a mammy's boy anyway, so you know.
We've all seen the interview with your mum on there.
Wales would disagree with that.
But no, it's
There's so many factors involved with the last bit that they don't realise.
No, a lot of people
Unless
don't.
you've been there, you don't know, I suppose. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't have a clue, man. It's just like when it comes to the weight cutting as well, you know, it's little tiniest details can be so bad. Like for example, every hour you're in the flight, you should drink. Every hour you're in the air, you should drink a litre of water.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, not many people know that. And then when you land, you're heavier because of the water retention on the plane.
Right.
So that's another thing. So I was like, I walked on the scales. I was like, I'm gonna be about 150, and I jumped on. I was like 154.
do they tell you when you like? Because obviously people don't realise how much the flight actually affects you for long haul. Do they tell you like, oh, wear socks, wear?
No, they haven't really. I should ask the UFC if they got like, so I'm sure they do have any sort of research on it.
The deep vein thrombosis thing is, you know, with people, that's what the socks are for.
Yeah.
But obviously the hydration factor and stuff is that's when it comes in.
Yeah.
It's like, you like the litre of water now, I didn't know that.
No,
So, you
no.
know,
And
it's
I've never done that once.
I've done the two sides of
a
it.
lot of
So
water to Vegas, it's 13 litres.
yeah, I've done the two sides of it. So the first side was obviously Titan FC days, Alabama, Kansas. I went out the week before and I was on the plane. I couldn't eat, and no carbs. I was drinking water, and then I went to Vegas 2 weeks before. And you could really see the difference. And no wonder I struggled with the weight cuts in Alabama and Kansas because I was out there a week before.
It's
You
harsh.
know, it's hard, you know, and I was a lot heavy in Kansas. I had knee injuries, and then you got the water retention on the plane, and it was just unreal, you know. So it was just got there 2 weeks early. The food shops out there are absolutely fantastic. In America, full stop.
Yeah.
You can eat really bad, you can also eat really, really good. And we found a place called Greens and Proteins, who looked after us very well. And Greens and Proteins were like, McGregor was using them for when he was fighting Mayweather. So you'd go there, you'd have food, and you'd walk in and you would ask different things for your food to be made in, and they were happy enough to do it. So that was good, that was a bit different. And then the Monday before the fight camp, before the fight week, we went to the hotel in Monte Carlo. It was under renovation, so things like the pool wasn't open, and things you want to enjoy.
Oh.
It's not open, you know.
Yeah.
Things they make you go through.
I know.
The
And,
life of a fighter. Pool in a Monte Carlo. Full of bread.
but other than that, the
Here's
hotel.
us in Swansea.
The rain, like.
No, the hotel was really nice, and I remember getting there, and I was sitting in the lobby with my phone. I was absolutely kaput at the minute. But the only way I could get a Wi-Fi was in the lobby. So I sat in the lobby on Monday, and I see Joe pass, Soto, the guy I'm fighting, and first thing I think is,
Hi, Joe.
wow, yeah, I know. No, first thing that he passed, and I thought, wow, he looks quite small. You know, like even though we're both on a weight cut, he looks quite small. But like he's thick set, but at the time I thought that he looks small. And my brother messaged me from the casino saying, just seen Soto, he looks small. And so I looked at him, and I know it's not silly, but I'm always a smaller guy usually, like shorter. So it was nice for a change.
Am I too heavy? The minute?
Yeah, I do a little bit. And I'm
You
like,
see
I
them
panic.
guys like, oh,
Yeah.
he's smaller than me.
Yeah.
Am I overweight at the minute?
Yeah, I stopped asking people the weights now, because once you ask them the weights, they're like, oh yeah man, some guy was against me, he's like, yeah, I think it was Justin Cagey.
Yeah.
He was fighting the day after me in Detroit, looked at him stepping the scales in the Institute, he was 10 pounds over 2 weeks before, and I was 20 pounds. I'm thinking, oh wait there, that's not right.
What have I done?
But his way of doing it is different than my way of doing it. You know, I feel like I'm the perfect size for bantamweight, if not on the bigger scale. So yeah, losing the weight was fine out there. The fight week, obviously signed posters. They slapped me my contract in front of me. Well, what they thought was my contract. Just to look through to check the differences. They didn't. They slapped me Joe Soto's contract in front of me by accident. Do you obviously the story about Brendan Schwab when he fought Mirko Cro Cop and they accidentally give him Cro Cop's his contract? Right. And he looked through and he saw how much the guy was getting paid and he's like, what? You know, it was exactly the same for me.
Yeah, I know, I read how much he was getting paid,
like, you know what I mean? And it was, put it this way, I won the fight and he lost and he still had more than me. You know? So,
he's had a few more than that.
He's had a few more, UFC fights. So obviously the contract, and not only that, he done a big favour for the UFC. Yeah. His first fight he took a world title fight.
That probably raised his
profile and stuff. Yeah. So obviously he, the UFC liked him. Yeah, I was going to sign the paper.
Scribble Joe, Brett.
I looked at Chris and Chris looked at me and we were like thinking about it. No, they would have found out. So I was like, no, what's wrong? They slapped me my one in front of me and I'm just depressed sitting there, that's right.
At least you know what's to come, eh?
Yeah, but no, that week was fine. Usually I stay in the hotel room. I like to be left alone. I'll watch TV. But it was different. This time I felt better. I was going out. I was going for walks. I was going in the Gucci shop. I didn't buy nothing, but I walked in.
You can.
Now I can. maybe I can buy a little T-shirt. But obviously the week cap, and then obviously the Wednesday come around. That's the weight cut day. So I run 3 times that day. I run in the morning. Then the second one I run and then have a 20-minute wrap up. And then the third one, the last one, is the run, the hot bath, the wrap up, and then so on.
Yeah.
But it's horrible.
How did you find using the Performance Institute? Because obviously your photos were all over Instagram and the facilities looked amazing. How was that?
It was amazing. They spent 12 million on the place. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic little set they got. Drive to the gates, press a button, Brett Johns, you use the institute, the gates open, you crack on and get on the station. Yeah, we got the thumbprint scanners as well. Yeah, it's classic. And obviously you walk in the facility and it's everything there. It was mad because they got all the guys there and they tell you, look, these guys are here for you. So if you need anything, you can get anything done. If you want your food made, you've got someone in the kitchen who will make your food. If you need something, a rub down on your body, they will do it there.
I would leave.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. So obviously we've
would like.
Yeah. Keep it clean.
Yeah. But with the whole thing though, Chris has told me now. He said he wants me in January, beginning of February, to go back out there.
So that's what I was going to ask. Is it all year you can do that?
Yeah, 24/7. The place is open.
That's what Ngannou does.
Yeah, that's what he lives in Ngannou. He's got his own hotel room he lives in. And then he goes training and then he goes back,
Is there obviously because, the guy you're fighting might lose camper?
Yeah. You could, no, but that's fine. They work around that, so they
tell you
what time you get. Yeah. Okay. So that was good. But I didn't. It's quite intimidating to ask people for can you make me food? Especially when you don't know these guys. So the food thing I didn't. I just went and bought my own food and did it myself, or went to Greens and Proteins. I spent most of my time there. But
it's mad how people are different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fighters I could name that would just be right. Give me a
pen.
Give me a pen. What's your sushi like?
I did get a rub down on my legs and my shoulders. Yeah. But the people who were doing it, that was the biggest thing. There's a woman called, I can't remember her surname, but it was Heather, her name was. She I was like, so what did you do before this? She goes, I was a physio for the American Olympic team for all 50 sports. Oh wow, okay. And then she goes, I did 3 Olympic Games, I did two Summer Games and 1 Winter Games. I was like, oh wow, well, and this is who they got working for the UFC. So she was amazing. She obviously helped me out a lot. She was telling me different exercises, and they got the Normatec bags for your legs, and they were like, oh, just chuck them on. They showed me how to work it. They're really helpful. They got a guy called Bo there who does the strength and conditioning. Forrest is there to make sure everything's all okay, he's always there for us.
So that's his job is there, is it?
Yeah, he's got to get a full-time job in that place. And
that's crazy, isn't it?
Sorry, they are open all year round other than Thanksgiving. which was mad because
they open Christmas, but
they're open Christmas time because they got not Thanksgiving because of
Forrest goes home.
Yeah, I said Forrest does not go home. He's always there. You know,
That's great.
The only person I saw there the same amount of times as Forrest was Swansea. He was always there as well. But I didn't see him there. No, I missed him. He was there.
I seen you upload a picture.
Yeah.
Onto Facebook, he was standing there giving her the big one.
Yeah.
In the ring, and
yeah.
An hour later, Mark Hunt was on the pad.
Yeah, I said there was I think his kids walked in. We were thinking, they were like, "Oh, who's that?" Sam said, "Who's that?" I don't know. Walked off. It was Mark's kids, like, you know. But yeah, no, they were. It's an amazing facility to use every day, and like I said, the next camp I'm going to go back out there for 2 weeks at the start of the camp. Just to give me that little head start, you know, I can get to eat whatever I want.
And that 2 weeks will, in your head, settle, now I'm in camp.
No, exactly. So it's a bit of a turning point, like,
it's
you know.
Business time,
yeah.
You know, and then you come back and then you go like, because when you're training, you know, all year round, like you don't take time off most of the time. No. It's like, when does one thing start and one thing finish? So that's a good idea, I think. Because right now it starts. You haven't got to worry about the water and stuff for the flight, you know.
The good thing is, well, there's like Rob Wallis is like a guy who trains out in Vegas. He takes like little sessions there, and he's like, more people do the session in the area. So like, people like Brian Caraway were there, and I was talking to Caraway, which obviously he's my weight. Yeah. We talked a lot with Caraway, different people, and Kevin Lee's younger brother's there, and he's a good Bantamweight up and coming, and we were talking to him, and everybody's really friendly. But no, it's a cracking facility, and like, you know, I can't wait to use it again.
Awesome. So talking a little bit more like specifically about your fight, this is obviously a big test, a big name for people who don't know Soto. He was the Bellator champion, featherweight.
Yes,
I believe.
he was,
he also competed on EBI 4 as well.
Second place.
Submitted by Eddie Cummins in the final.
There you go. Just in case you want. And also he's got history as an All-American wrestler as well, just looking at some of his credentials. But you obviously finished the fight in 29 seconds with an amazing submission, calf slicer, and it seems that your reach has gone, not just in Wales now, but it's gone global. You've got people doing instructionals, breaking down what you did. That must be like a very surreal feeling.
DC's a fan as well. Daniel Comey seems like a big fan.
I love that bit.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about like how that submission came about, or?
It's something I've worked on a while. Like I like doing a bit of different sort of subs. You know, your average, like your normal green naked chokes, your arm bars, your triangles. I like the different ones. I like playing with like the twisters, the calf crush. You know what I mean? Things like that. You know?
Bonus ones.
Yeah, the
bonus, the special ones.
The 50 grand.
The 50k subs, right? And no, like I said, I worked a lot with Ashley on that, like just different things and trying different things. And I remember one like key part of the whole technique. And I remember I was struggling in training a few months ago when I was fighting people like Mafflin and stuff, who were a bit heavier than me, a bit stronger than me. And I went for the calf crush on him, or the calf slicer on him a few times. My mistake was I was going over the actual foot, but I wasn't going over the toes, I was going over like more the ankle. So when someone flexes their toes back, it's very difficult to pull that lever down over your shin. Right. And then I spoke to Ashley about it, I was like, oh, it's not working this way, but I said, right, instead of going over the foot, go over the toes. So all the way through that transition in Soto, that's all I was thinking was, just grab the toes, And when I saw it, I thought, it's on. I knew it was on. The only thing was, it's because I've done it so many times with Ashley, he hasn't tapped, he's so flexible.
Bendy little.
Yeah, it gave me sort of like not a false sense of security. I was trying to pull over the shin, and it was like I said, it was one of them things which I was very, very. You know, people say, I say it's lucky to pull off, but obviously I had to go for the technique. I thought I got taken down. Turns out I didn't. I was actually setting that thing up before I got taken down. But looking back in the fight, I didn't know what this day was.
It's a very I don't know, modest way, you know. You set it up, mate.
Yeah, I know.
I know. How much luck in that?
Yeah. I think maybe like, I don't know whether he underestimated your grappling or whatever, but obviously you're a purple belt. I believe he's a black belt, is he?
I'm just sure brown, isn't he?
I thought he was a black belt.
I thought he might be black belt. We'll have a look into it. But anyway, like, obviously for you to come off with that submission is just amazing. Like it's just a credit to your.
It's not a blue belt. It's not a purple belt move.
No,
it is not a purple belt move.
I was saying it's one of them subs that, like I said, you know, I don't do a lot in the gi. So like obviously the things like gradings and stuff for me it's not a part of my job. You know, my job is to win fights, and it doesn't matter what way I win. I mean, you win them.
Gold belt's not black.
Yeah. That's what I thought. And at the end of the day, in my head, I get paid to do MMA, and I concentrate just purely on MMA. Yes, I do want to get graded, but that's a few years down the line for me. You know what I mean? I would love to get my black belt, but that's going to take a lot more time than obviously at the minute. I need to concentrate more on the MMA side of things. I need to concentrate a lot more on my stand-up area, especially now slipping into the 13th, and I'm looking at the guys in the top 15 thinking,
bangers.
He's good. You know, so obviously that's the skill set I need to work on. But going back to the sort of fight, I'm absolutely over the moon with the result.
Do you think he wanted to put him on his back to test it that way?
Yeah, he definitely wanted to. Yeah, I could see.
That was his theory on the whole fight, you know.
Yeah.
Like cover up, put him on his back, see what he's like on his back.
I didn't
like it when he did it.
No, I could see. Once we started off, he came on the front foot, I came on the front foot. And one of my rules is like I don't want to go on the back foot, so I'll put the pressure on him, let him go on the back foot, and we'll go from there. And I remember sticking out a double jab straight off the bat, and then he instantly went on the back foot. Then we got the cage. I threw like 5 shots and connected. Well, no, it was like 9 shots. I connected with 1, and you know, it's just one of the things I'm very, very happy with. You know.
Is that a fact? You wanted one?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I read into it. Like it was like 9 punches I threw and I connected with 1.
Slow motion?
No, I didn't. No, I should though.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it's
because he had his hands up,
punches.
but there's not much that I did being a 4-ounce glove.
No. So I
didn't move it away.
I must have got terrible accuracy.
You have now, statistically, you have now.
Wasted like 8 shots.
You need to get some, just
10% accuracy.
tap some people next time.
But like, other than that, though, the performance, in my opinion, was a good performance. Big guy, they couldn't go a bit longer. Because yes, it's amazing to get a 30-second sub, but I haven't gained a lot of experience with someone at that level. Yeah. Yes, I've beaten him, okay, but like I would have liked to have got some experience.
Okay, Ben, I'm just going to stop you there for a minute. We're just going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more questions for Brett Pikey Johns. Welcome back. We've just been having a quick drink with Brett Johns to celebrate his recent success. We're here at the lounge in Key 3, which is in Swansea Marina. You got a question, Rick?
I do. What's next for you, Brett? So, Joe Soto, pretty big name. Who do you think is next in the line? Obviously all killers.
Yes, every single one of them.
TJ, no?
Straight down.
No, obviously that's the aim, and obviously to try and go for that gold belt. But like I'm going to be honest with you, there's a list of guys there who in my career, like up to this point, I've kind of, you know, you can pick and choose who you want to fight, and you can kind of not pick the easy fights, but you can pick stylistically the better fights for you.
Yeah.
Now I don't get that option, you know what I mean? So like I got an eye on a Brazilian guy called Pedro Munoz, really good Brazilian striker, got a good grappling game, you know what I mean? A very respectable bantamweight. That would be a fight that interests me. If I wanted to go further than that, you know, maybe potentially a fight with John Lineker, you know, but like, you know, John Lineker's a heavy hitter, like, you know.
Yeah.
Who took me more to talk about before. Yeah, it's a tough fight. He's a short. Don't get me wrong, like the size I'll be a lot bigger than John Lineker, but
didn't he miss flyweight 3 times?
Yeah, he was struggling with bantamweight as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. But
I think they do that once they miss once.
Yeah, but like he's got a short, compact guy. Very similar to Soto, but a bit smaller. But like I said, they're the fights that interest me in the bantamweight division. But like I said, you know, it's one of the things now, they can offer me anybody and it wouldn't make me feel any different. You know, there's no easy fights that way.
Yeah.
And out to the top 15, there isn't a fight I prefer. It's just anyone will do, and it'd be nice to see what they give me next. But I'm aiming for London.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. March time in London. Yeah. You know, potentially as well as a bit of a one-off crazy one that me and Chris spoke about. You know, these guys aren't too far away. The people like TJ, the people like Cody, the people like Jimmy Rivera, the people like Dominic Cruz, they're not too far away.
Count on the fingers how far away they are.
Yeah. And
you got 12 fingers.
What's going on over there?
I don't mean TJ, I mean some other.
No, yeah, of course, yeah.
Cody's
but like, well, we even I had a quick chat with Chris today about potentially cruise, like, you know, because I see the way it works out with. There's 3 ways they can look at it. They can either give me a new guy, they can give me a guy in the top like 15, or they could go out and they go, actually, you know, you got a good record, like they did with Miles Jury.
Yeah.
Miles Jury was like 14-0, winning fights, and they went, oh, do you know what? You can fight Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a lottery in it because there's so many other factors involved. Like I've seen like people challenge for the title or step in for the title who are ranked 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone's complaining. And then Dana White one time he put on, right, well, number 2 pulled out.
Yeah.
Number 3 is fighting next week. He's
Yeah.
fighting number 4. Number 5 is injured.
Yeah.
Number 6 is this.
Yeah,
and
so-
then all of a sudden you're on number 10. That's
Yeah.
how it works. So it could be like, they could ask, try and match you with number 12, not available. 11, not available. And then next thing you know, you're fighting.
Do you think if
Cruise.
so if they turned around and someone really big in like the top 3 or 4 people turned around and said there's a dropout, do you want in? Do you feel it, or do you think you just want to try and keep a steady pace now, rising up the ranks?
Steady pace, because like I spoke to Wally before, I think personally it's been such a quick movement to get where we are now. It's been so fast, and we think I don't want to be rushing ahead, you know.
So you don't want to be like a flash in the pan, more of
No,
a Bisping and slowly work.
I'm like I said, the way I look at the picture, I'm still young, got a lot of years left, and
Them fights, if they, you know, you could take that risk and it changes it, you know.
Yeah, of course,
You know, by just crawling up the right way. You know, or stylistically there might be a fight at the top that suits it.
yeah.
That's different, but sometimes there's a fight that it's a step a little bit too far. You know, it could. When I say too far, it could be 2 fights away.
Yeah.
You know, which isn't far. But
I don't want to be in a position where I have to take short notice fights.
Yeah.
I will if the fight is right.
yeah.
But you know, I've taken enough short notice fights in my career now. Just, you know, I'm in a good place.
Do that together, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I took
Quack.
short notice fights. Quack was a 3 weeks notice fight.
Yeah.
You know, I took short
Medicals,
notice fight.
long,
But that was just to get where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, you know,
And you had to pull out a K1 fight of Adrenalin.
I was gutted about that.
Yeah, going to be on Adrenalin, and he bailed.
I was fighting for a Welsh title as well.
Yeah.
To this day, kills me not having that Welsh title.
You said earlier, you've already mentioned today, you mentioned that you haven't got the Welsh
No, I
title.
haven't had a Welsh title. It kills me, you know.
There's a Welsh chap somewhere.
Last Uncle Dana.
last time they can sort it out. No, but no, anybody in the top 15. That's who I don't care really, you know.
I'd like to see you call up one place to number 12.
Yeah, Eddie Weinman.
Yeah.
Eddie
Weinman.
Weinman.
Great fight. It's a name, you know.
For me,
Yeah.
it's Aljamain Sterling, because he's up and coming, and you can steal his American thunder and get a nice big fan base.
I was going to say Aljamain Sterling would be a fight that I would potentially like later on next year
Yeah.
in MSG, because he's from New York.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Big fight.
Take it straight to him. when
Yeah.
it's half the distance.
And then you
I
can
love
take
it,
some
yeah.
of the thunder.
Maybe, yeah. Like I said, he's a very good fighter. I met him before. He's a sound guy, but this is just a business, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of
So
the day.
Soto built it with him.
Yeah, Soto's a good guy.
I think given our country's history with violent sports like rugby and boxing, I think, you know, we're more well equipped to kind of have that attitude where you can be friends. Then when it comes to
You just knuckle down.
if it's him or you,
business.
Yeah, At the end of the day, I'm writing my own story here. I'm not writing Joe Soto's story. I'm writing my story. I can write my story, and I can choose what I write in the story. I'm not going to do that for Joe.
the Brett John show.
The Red John show, exactly.
There you go. Okay, so obviously Adrenalin's coming up this weekend, a bit more closer to home. Some of our teammates are on the card as well. Is there any standout fights on the show that you're looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, I'd say Mendes and Ben Miles.
Yeah.
Ryan Mendes and Ben Miles.
You're not the first person to say that.
Yeah, no,
No.
first person to say that. No,
I look forward to
I hope he
that.
lives up to it.
I look forward to that. First of all, it's for the belt. Obviously, me and Ben are very close. It's the last. I think it's like the last fight we got scheduled for the team. Like what I mean by that is like we got like a full-time team, and out of all of us, we've all fought this year or whatever. But Ben is like the last person. That's the last fight he'll be on. It should have been Scotty as well.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, Scotty.
yeah.
Yeah, and
But,
we'll never
wants
find a lightweight in Britain for Scotty.
You might have to go
Scotty,
heavyweight.
he's fighting in February
Yeah.
for the title in 10B.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Exactly.
100%.
I'll have to chop my arm off.
Yeah. But
It's start hitting people with it.
No, he's but gotta say, Ben is a cracking fighter. Mendes is coming off two lovely knockout wins on Cage Warriors.
9 seconds knockout.
9 seconds.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. So things like that, really. I like that fight. There's a few other obviously up and comers on the card as well. So you get to watch the guys who have been on the scene for a while, and then the new guys. But Ben and Mendes for the belt is a big fight.
Yeah.
Bantamweight title.
So staying on the subject of Adrenalin Fight Nights this weekend, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about where the event's going to be held?
Yeah, okay, so James Wallis, promoter. think we already covered that earlier.
Yeah, that's smashed it.
Yeah, so the event's in play football. We've done quite a few events there. Yeah, it's always a good event there. There's always a good atmosphere. People come, get drunk and enjoy. It's great.
There's still some tickets available.
Still tickets available. They will be on the door. We're better off buying them off ticketsource.com/adrenaline or knock the fighters up because they've all got them. If they haven't got, if they've run out, they should be telling. Yeah, but as I say, 18 fights at the minute. All great fights, all under MMA and K1 rules, both amateur and professional. There's no boxing or anything. So.
Have you got anyone that you're particularly excited to see? We all know Ben, the Mendes Miles fight is the one.
I'm looking forward to a lot of them. That's why I enjoy matchmaking because you know, I suppose I put the fights I want to see. Main event to me, Jordan Miller versus Jordan James is going to be just bonkers.
Yeah, Miller's he's been in there with the best, isn't he?
Fought everybody, tough, you know. And just will fight anyone.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember him fighting Chris Fishgold. Chris Fishgold's the current Cage Warriors lightweight champ, I think. And like it was just before he went for the belt, but you know he give Fishgold a good little crack and start. And like I said, you know Fishgold did pull off the sub, but you know he's fought in there with world class level fighters. You know,
Ronnie Man.
Ronnie Man. You know.
Back when Ronnie was, you know, back and coming, you know.
You know, so it's a big fight for the pair of them, you know what I mean? And like I said, Jordan's
the welterweight title fight as well.
Yeah, the welterweight title fight. Jordan's a guy who's you know coming off a loss to Ali Arish, you know.
Jordan James says he's both Jordan.
Yeah, sorry, Jordan James. Yeah, sorry, Jordan James. But right, you know, yeah, he came off with a loss to Ali Arish, but you know that was a good little fight. All fairness to him, you know. Ali's a tough guy, you know, a good wrestler, and you know Jordan James made a good account for himself, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. Really.
Yeah, it's a great fight. They both come to fight. There's not going to be any, not tactics. Obviously, there's tactics, but tactics is punch face pretty much. You know.
I think they're going to come in very similar tactics.
Yeah.
And it's mainly just get in there, have a war, and see who comes out standing.
Yeah, see who's the hardest man.
Yeah. Anything else that stands out to you? Any of the kickboxing matches?
Loads of them. There's a pro fight. Sam Hawkins, he's beat one of my lads, Ricky, last year, fighting Jimmy from WPT. That's going to be good. That's a pro fight. You've got Ricky Langdon, you know, always brings the fight, leads with his face.
He did a cracking interview.
Yeah, does a lot for charity when he fights, raises a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's fighting Kieran Rodrigues from Celtic Pride. I mean, that fight, it's going to be a war, you know.
I've totally completely forgot about that fight, Wally.
What one?
Bret Hassett.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
So,
Bret,
take it away.
Yeah, no, I actually knew Mason when he was a bit younger than me.
21, I think.
Yeah, back in the judo days, so the Welsh judo squad, and I watched his last fight with Cage Warriors Wales. He looked really good, all fairness to him, and
everywhere. He's a professional boxer as well.
Yeah, he's done bits and bobs, like, you know, brown belt jiu-jitsu, black belt judo. You know, he's a professional boxer, so he's got the credential everywhere. You know, in all fairness, it's like I look at someone like that and I think, yeah, it's amazing, but can you put it all together? And Mason can. He can put it all together. And
punch, throw.
Yeah, he looked really good. I think he had a third round sub in his last fight.
Yeah, it was against Sean Luther. Again, monster.
A really good, tough guy, you know.
And then it was right at the end of the fight. He beat him all the way. He didn't need the sub. It was right at the end of the fight. He subbed him. It was a really good show.
Really good show, yeah. And Bret Hart hit. I'm not sure if Bret Hart hit's fought, but the last time I watched Bret Hart hit.
The last time Bret Hart fought was against Liam Bennett on April the 1st and Adrenalin and Uprising. He choked him out.
I remember that.
Liam shot.
Yeah.
And he choked him out.
And the arena went wild.
Yeah, so this is the story of getting this fight. Bret Hart was fighting Mason on one of the Cage Warriors Wales cards this year, and then when the brain scans and stuff come back, they've seen a problem. I don't know exactly what it is. So Bret had to go back and look into that issue, which now he has and is completely resolved. We've had all the paper and stuff. So he basically stole this great fight off Cage Warriors because it didn't happen then. We didn't steal it off it, it didn't happen then, so now we put it on now. Bret, as I say, I'm friends with his coach. He always comes to fight. Bret Hart, it's a great fight. So yeah, a cracking co-main event. So really looking forward to that one in the lightweight division. So really excited about that.
Yeah, and so the weigh-ins now tomorrow.
The weight's the professional, them 2 fights, and the men's.
So that's Friday the 8th.
Yeah,
Just
that's 12 o'clock.
To account for the editing and the broadcasting.
Friday the 8th, KGB at the warehouse. That'll be tomorrow at 12.
And that's at KGB, the weigh-ins.
Yeah. So, and then the rest of the guys will be fighting Saturday. But I'd say there's loads of fights. I mean, there's not even a bad fight. I think you'll agree. I mean, we've got a couple of boys making their debuts that are even really excited about, like Di Evans.
Yeah, Di Evans,
Good
that's
grappler.
Di Evans' debut, isn't it?
Debut, he's fighting a guy now, his opponent pulled out, unfortunately. And Di's been training really hard, so we found him another guy who's just on the back with a couple of wins, which is great. It's a cracking matchup.
So is that in MMA?
Yeah, MMA debut.
Well, that's a tough day for anyone fighting Di.
Yeah, a tough day for both of them, because this guy I looked up, he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's going to be good because Di is tough.
That's going to be a good fight, you know. And again, the guy won a fight last week.
Oh, right.
So he's coming in, bouncing, and Di's got the nerve. But there's a lot of factors that's going to make that fight really good.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to.
One I'm looking at right now that it's another one I completely forgot about. There's
Vegas makes you forget.
Yes, it does.
Hotel rooms, Tigers, Mike Tyson. We've heard
It's Jake Hughes versus Owain Williams.
Oh, Owain Williams from CRA.
CRA, right? Okay. Now people don't realise it all. Was the case. It's
K1 fight.
It's a K1 fight.
Is it?
And it's and obviously people don't realise O's story because people. I spoke to O's when I first met him. He came into the gym. White belt on the jiu-jitsu man. He come in, he trains very hard, you know, and he's doing a lot of no-gi with me now. Bigger guy, what weight did they find? 88? Yeah, 88.
He's a good guy.
So he is a good guy. He's a very nice guy as well. And but it turns out he actually has done a stint. He was Eddie Truck Gordon's training partner in Ray Longo's gym, in Matt Serra's coach's gym.
Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. He is always trained with UFC caliber guys.
Okay.
Out there, he always been out there, and he's got good connections with Ray Longo, with Matt Serra, with Eddie Truck Gordon, with like
proper old school guys.
Pete Sell, you know what I mean? Them guys.
Wow, Pete
so
Sell.
yeah, he used to be their sparring partner. O's did.
Can't believe
So
it.
I'm looking forward to watching O's because it's the first time I'm seeing O's compete, and I'm excited to watch him.
So that's good. He's so humble. He's never said anything. He's so nice to me in the gym.
Yeah.
And
he keeps it quiet, like, you know. And
I didn't know, and I'm
you matched him up. I bet you're thinking now, hang on, is that
No, I mean,
actually...
it doesn't matter.
No.
It's his first K1 fight.
Exactly.
Jake, who he's fighting,
Yeah.
made his debut a couple of weeks ago, and a DQ happened. He lost by a DQ. I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently it was a bit of a hasty DQ. And he's coming out of Eagles, Muay Thai in Cardiff. You know, he's coming with fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no mention about his helmet team.
When the Eagles guys are at Adrenalin, they've always got a good
quality,
a good level of kickboxing.
And again, really good Muay Thai fighters, you know.
Even I was at one point when I'd be fighting one of them.
Was it?
Yeah, years ago. Just.
That's it. Youssef.
The same. Yeah. Is he fighting Caleb? Is he?
No. Caleb's in, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying he Wallis scheduled a matchup for me, and it was Christmas time last year.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the UFC debut, we would have fought for that.
Yeah, that was the Welsh title.
And I'm still bitter about that Welsh title.
Welsh title keeps coming back.
Never mind
Call him out on Saturday.
Never mind the UFC debut.
It's got Brett.
Yeah, that's that belt.
Yeah, they always come to fight, you know, they're always pretty tough, successful fighters, you know. Good all-rounders. So that's going to be a cracker.
I guess what else have we got? Have we got Casey?
No, we did have Casey fighting K1. But a reporter pulled out.
Oh, that's a shame.
In
She brings
Jed.
a particular type of storm. I've
Yeah.
noticed.
She's a tough.
She's a brawler.
Yeah. But, you know, she's fighting in Tembe. There's a very good fight, but there we'll perhaps mention that next week.
Just before we start drawing up to the end, you've been kindly donated 2 tickets for the Adrenalin fight night for the weekend.
Okay.
So we asked the guys on Facebook to just share the post, to which they
Share the post, like the pages,
Yeah.
MMA Wales, try to fight night Swansea.
Yeah, to which we did have a lot of response, and I've got all those names here now. So Brett, I'd like to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 52.
52.
Easy. 36.
Okay.
Why 36?
Lucky number.
Is it? Why
So,
is that?
that's my house number.
That's mine too.
That's why.
The winner of the 2 tickets is David Lee Hughes.
Okay,
So,
well done, Dave. We'll get
If you're watching, we'll tag you in it.
Yeah.
And I want my tenner bribe.
contact us on Facebook and we'll make sure you get the tickets too. If we leave them on the door, I'll send them to you tomorrow.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll run more competitions and stuff in the future and give more cool stuff away. So do you have any sponsors or anything that you'd like to say thank you to?
I would actually. There's the sponsors who helped me out for this camp. Just quickly, they without their help and obviously their funds, I wouldn't have been able to go out to America 2 weeks before. I wouldn't have been able to buy the foods that I wanted. I've had a lot of help from the sponsors, and I'm, as I said, really grateful. I want to thank CNT Electrical. The guys jumped on last minute just to help me out, so guys, thank you for that. I want to thank Wise Property Investment, Luke. Luke has been a guy who's watched me for a long time, so thank you, Luke. I want to thank Watches of Wales, Paul. Thank you for your help, mate, and you know, all the there's no bonus there, but I've got
help more.
Yeah,
Watch this space.
yeah. But Watches of Wales guys have been absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I appreciate all the help. I want to thank Tanabe, who have been following my steps since day one. Total Fitness, Phil Regan, Lisa Regan, who have, like I said, I use their facility a lot, and I've continued to do so now, so I'm very thankful to them. And the Bridge in Llangennech, who sponsored me more or less from the start of my Titan days, who have sponsored me through the good times, but also sponsored me through the bad times.
And they do a cracking car.
And they do a nice carry. Best carry in town.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
And I think
That's the Wally review
I think-
dealt with.
And you know it's,
Yeah.
you know.
I
I don't do anything big sponsor him, I don't give a monkey. He'll do a hell of a car. Go down there and get himself some beef.
Fantastic.
But they've actually they sent me a little bit of a teaser that they're making a new menu on the list. They usually do it after a big fight. Yeah, it's sliced calf's liver.
Alright, go in.
See how they kind of.
I got you.
Yeah, we get it, we get it.
Yeah. But Jonathan has been amazing, and like I said, yeah, they're great guys. But thank you to all my sponsors; they've been fantastic.
Awesome. Just before we finish up, obviously thank you to the Lounge Key 3, where we're at now. Fantastic venue.
Yeah, cheers guys for sorting that out.
And thanks for that.
Oh yeah, sorry, last one, yeah. Right, last year I had my shoulder surgery. The guys didn't actually sponsor me for this fight in particular,
Yeah.
but I needed to give them a shout out. I did say I'd do it as well, and that's Direct Choice, Richard Norris and Steve, thank you so much. They actually helped for most of my shoulder surgery. It needed to be done ASAP. They sorted it out, no questions asked.
Brilliant guys.
And
Norris and Steve was great.
yeah, they've really helped me out, and without their help I wouldn't be where I am today. So obviously Richard and Steve I'm very, very thankful for, and like I said, whenever I see them they're always smiling, they always say hello to me, and it's a big thank you to them as well. Thank you, boys.
Wrap it up.
Awesome. So thank you for listening to episode 1. It's been an absolute pleasure to be joined by Rhys Bell, James Wallis, and Brett Pikey Jones himself. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you to the venue, as we previously said. So if you want to follow MMA Wales, we're on Facebook, we're also on Instagram, and we're very active. There's competitions and the latest news and stuff is on there as well. You can also follow Adrenalin Fight Nights on Facebook, and you can also follow Adrenalin Wallis on Instagram.
Brett John's MMA athlete.
He's getting there, sorry, he's getting there.
We save the best for that. So if you want to follow Brett Johns on Instagram, so you can follow him at Brett Johns MMA. He has 14.1 thousand likes, and we'd like to make that 15.
Point two.
Point two.
Yeah, you checked just now.
Point two.
I'm gonna have just doing like that. I need you to go and follow.
Just to be right. That's the way.
Yeah.
Also, a big thank you to the guys at MMA Wales as well. Reece Bell, James Wallis, and Euros as well. And yeah. Anything from you guys before we finish up?
This is a bit when he does his song to finish.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm not going to sing. But I just wanted to say thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next episode of MMA Wales. Maybe with Brett Johns again.
Maybe again. Maybe.
Whichever ones of his teammates win.
Yeah.
Good incentive.
No pressure.
Scott's going to be gutted. No fights for him.
I will bring him anyway. You don't talk.
No, this is death.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching.